on North White Sands Boulevard.
Okay, just crossed over 8th Street. Did it with a car instead of like trying to run. As a pedestrian, we would have had to walk down to White Sands, get it to reroute. I'm sorry, White Sands and 10th, get it to reroute, and then get us where we needed to go. But I was just kind of curious to see what the accuracy was
On East 8th Street.
as far as getting to specifically 802 Maryland, which may or may not exist. I was just hoping that it would give us one house north on Maryland Street of 8th Street. We'll see. Now, Trekker doesn't know what side of the sidewalk we're on, and it really doesn't care. Once we get up to 8th Street, if we had chosen 800 Maryland, it would say, hey, you're at your destination. Possibly as soon as we got to the southwest corner, even though the house would be on the northeast corner. But we'll see what it does. A lot of times it's pretty good about telling you that, oh yeah, your destination is on your left or your right.
Four-way intersection, East 8th Street crossing North New York Avenue. Go straight on East 8th Street. Next instruction at 337 feet.
Okay, so it told us it was a four-way intersection, not a four-way stop intersection. Trekker doesn't know what the intersection controls are. Trekker doesn't care.
Nearby.
Okay, Goldsmith's right over there. So it is calling out POIs for us. When it calls out the shape of the intersection, or I should say the type of the intersection, that is useful information as long as it's accurate. Trekker is convinced that everything between 10th Street and 16th Street is a plus intersection along White Sands. Now, as far as I know, they've never been plus intersections. That park and the zoo have been there since in 1898 or something. But Trekker is convinced those are all plus intersections, four-way intersections.
Four-way intersection, East 8th Street crossing Delaware Avenue. Go straight on East 8th Street. Next instruction at 364 feet.
Okay, and at 364 feet basically is telling us about how long this block is.
Alfredo West, nearby.
Alfredo's was right there, so it called it out after we had passed it. But if that restaurant was still here, and you walked this route every day, and you were totally blind, and you didn't have something to call out POIs, you might not know it's there. Well, now just by walking past it, because of the POIs, you know that, oh yeah, there's a restaurant there. I probably should have chosen Delaware instead of Maryland. Just because there really is only one house. That homestead quilting thing there turned into a business. That's where 80, well, it should be 800, but 802 would be right next to it. We'll see what Trekker says when we get over there.
Four-way intersection, East 8th Street crossing Maryland Avenue. Turn left on Maryland Avenue. Next instruction at 346 feet.
Well, that's not a good sign. It said turn left on Maryland, and then it said next instructions 346 feet, which would be the end of the block, down by 9th Street. Ideally, we'd get our happy tone pretty much as soon as we were walking past Homestead Quilting here. If there was an 802, it'd be right here where this parking lot is. And apparently it doesn't care about Western Auto or Western Bank. Another thing to note is 802 is, of course, on the other side of the street. Now, it would tell us it's over there on your right. You're halfway down the block.
Intersection, Maryland Avenue, crossing East 9th Street.
Alright, now it gave us the happy tone. We just reached our destination. Now, we're pretty much right at 9th Street. And the address we were looking for is pretty much right at 8th Street. So the variance can be pretty severe. I mean, there are times when, if we were looking for a house right across the street, you know, here at 9, say there's a house over there where that red car is, if we start, you know, it might call it out and say, hey, you've reached your destination while you're here, instead of once you get over there. So, one of those issues that Trekker sometimes has.